Hi guys. A long time no see, right? I realized that I recently got my second salary from my new company, and that means that I haven't been on YouTube for 2 months, which I feel really weird about because I kind of wanted to stop YouTube, or like not YouTube but like this walk and talk. I just thought that maybe nobody's watching it, but then I remembered also, because I talked about it with my therapist about this walk and talk, when I wanted to decide like should I do it or should I not, because it's super weird. Like, look at me, I'm in the forest walking my dog, there's someone going on the bike, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is she doing? But yeah, here I am talking to myself, and my therapist said, yeah, but why did you start it? And I said, well, I was home alone, I didn't have anyone to talk to. My friends in Hamburg are not really like my friends previously, so I can't really talk to them about things that deeply trouble me, because I'm not such good friends with them. I can talk to them about some things, but also I don't want to seem like I complain all the time. So I just decided to talk to the internet, and later it turned out that it was a great idea, because lots of you had the same problems, or lots of you gave me solutions, or yeah, I really helped me. So my therapist suggested that I just keep doing it. And yeah, I talked to her on last Tuesday, and here I am already making a video. So yeah, I want to talk today about my work. As I said, I already got my second salary. That means I worked there for 2 months now, and I will tell you a little bit about my interview process and about like this job. I will not tell you the name or nothing that you can identify this company from, because I somehow want to still protect my privacy. Like, you don't see my name or address anywhere. German boyfriend also wants to be anonymous, so I will try to stay anonymous. So yeah, I had an interview. The interview process took around 2 months, I think. First it was a phone call, and I always suggest you also call the company. If you apply for a job, send them an email, give them a phone call. For me, I like, at least what I did with this company is I tried to make them remember who I am. So I wasn't just a CV or a name on the CV, I was also a voice, and I was also a person. They remember, oh, she called. So that's what I did. And yeah, I got a phone call from my boss, and it was super nice. It was in German. My CV that I sent was in English. So he called me actually to check if I could hold a conversation over the phone in German. But you know, like, I feel like when they call you for the first time, oh, you got tangled? Come, Turner. There we go. When they call you the first time, I mean, what can you say? You just introduce yourself, which you did 100 times before, and they can't really check if you speak German. But he did ask me a few questions, and I did like throw a few jokes here and there. We even spoke Korean on the on the phone. But so yeah, that was my first call with this with the person who could actually decide. And then he invited me to an interview. The interview was in the company. It wasn't on an online interview, which I was surprised about, but I was invited to the company. Jesus, this camera is super heavy, and I feel like, okay, whatever. So, sorry, now I lost the train of thought. So I was invited to go to the interview, and I was like, I really wanted not to go, to be honest. I was like, I can't do it. He called me to check if I speak German, and I don't know how he understood that I can if I can't. Like, I just didn't have the faith in myself that I could actually go there and speak German for some time. But I went there, It was with 3 people, my team leader, my boss, and a person from HR. And I spoke some German. Then they asked me what I know about the company, and I said, oh, I read it on your website, but in English. And he said, perfect. Then we can switch to English to check your English, which I was very happy about. So we swapped to English, and then they informed me that if they decide that they want to go forward with it, there would be a group meeting. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I ended up getting an invitation to a group meeting, which meant that some people from the team that I would be working with, and also some people from the company who, now I know how it works exactly. So basically, if there is a new person who will join another department, we have the option, we are invited to the meeting, to the interview. So if it's a person from your direct team, then you kind of should be there. If it's a person from another department, then you don't have to be there, but you have the option, which I think it's very cool. And I even thought it was super cool when I got the invitation to be interviewed. But obviously, since I had 2 interviews before, and on both, like on the phone and in person, and on both I thought, oh, my German is not good enough. I was super stressed about speaking German, because it wasn't with 1 person on the phone, then with 3 people, it was going to be 15 to 20 people. So I was so stressed, I wasn't even going to go. And in between, I had another, I think you remember, I had another job interview where I actually got the job, the terrible job interview that I had. And then they said they were going to send me a contract. They said, well, maybe not. So I was like, actually my boyfriend said, just go, just try. Like, if your German is not enough, they will tell you so. They wouldn't invite you if it wasn't enough. And I went there, and when I left, they also gave me a tour of the company. And when I left, I thought, wow, this is so great. This interview, sorry, it's just uphill. I'm gonna take a break. Buka, come. It was such a green flag for me, because the interview was for the team to also see if they want to work together with me. And that was, oh, there's someone coming. And I thought that was super great. That not only the boss will choose if they want me to work there, but also mine. Sorry? Sorry? Not only the bosses will decide, but also the people that I work with directly, people from my team, they have a say if they want me or not. So I thought this was a massive green flag. And also later I learned a lot of things about the company, and I got the job, and I took the job. Now I've been there for 2 months, and I really, really, really like it. I think there isn't one thing that I can say that I don't like about this company. Sorry, we are going uphill. Can you tell? There are some more people there. I think I just need to get used to being a vlogger and walking around with a phone on a stick. Yeah, so there isn't one thing that I don't like. I'll tell you some of the benefits that I have and some of the differences from my last company. Because if my last company, my last job was this great, I think my whole experience of Germany would have been different. So basically, yeah, I get a little bit of a substitute for a Deutschland ticket, which is great because I sometimes go to the office. I don't have to go to the office, which is also great. Oopsie, sorry, coming back. I don't have to go to the office. The job is fully remote. I can even work from abroad. And it's, for now at least, it's an unlimited amount of days that I could work from abroad. At my last company, I could do 2 days, no, I think 3 days a week. I could stay at home. 2 days I had to be in the office, and I think I always had to be there on Tuesday and Wednesday. Can't remember anymore. But now I could just stay at home. And in my last company, listen to this, this is a hit. I always say hit in Poland. It's a, I don't know, whatever. So in my last company, we could have 10 days of working abroad, and people with exceptional results could have had 30 days. So it's basically separating people into good workers and bad workers, which I thought was super bad. I, of course, would have gotten 30 days because I was the seller of the month every month. I was doing super well. Actually, I really liked the job or what I was doing. I just didn't like the conditions. And if you like what you do but you don't like the conditions, you're not going to be happy, which I wasn't. And now the job, I think it's fine. It's not like it's my passion job or dream job, you know, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy my tasks, and the conditions are so great that overall I love the job, you know. So I think it's more important actually how the job is and how they treat you at work, and there is no the distinction between better and worse people. And yeah, so this is another thing about this working from abroad. Another thing I have in this company, I didn't have it last, is a fruit basket. And now my people from my last work would be like, oh, we had fruit. Yeah, we had 20. We had literally like 20 pieces of fruit in one basket. And then if you went to the office, and it was once a week on, can't remember, Wednesday. So if you were in the office on Wednesday, and if you noticed that they are bringing the fruit into the kitchen, yes, you would have had some fruit. But if you went there on 2 hours later, maybe there would be like a sad kiwi or some fruit that nobody wanted to eat. So for me, that's not a benefit. Right now, we have a big counter in the kitchen, and they literally bring fruit that is there from Monday until Thursday or Friday sometimes, you know. That's how much fruit they bring, and everyone can enjoy it, and it's not like 1 day a week, it's actually every day. So this is a real benefit in my opinion. And then what else do I get? I also have access to Bloom, which is the therapy and advice and stress management platform, which I find very useful. Because when I started my new job, I feel like, I know it's not on paper anywhere, but I feel like one of the requirements for me to keep it is to learn German. So right now, actually my German class will start in 20 minutes, so I have to hurry up with this video. So right now I go to work, I finish work, then when I started, I still had to go to school, and I had to be there from 6 to 9. So imagine, you go to work, you wake up, you go to work, you finish work, you go to class, you come home, it's 10 p.m. It just feels like, it felt like to me I had no life. And I remember my boss asking me at the job interview, are you sure you can manage that? Are you sure you would be able to go to work and study? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. But of course, I did manage, but not without consequences, or like negative consequences to my mental health. Perfect. We had a meeting with with HR. So when I started, we had a meeting with every department, and HR said, yeah, you have this platform Bloom, you can have live lessons, like you can watch videos, or you can schedule a meeting and actually talk to someone. And if this someone or this person, like a psychologist, or I don't know actually if they're like have some medical backgrounds, or I don't know, but a professional, you could speak to a professional. And if they decide that you like need more, then you have 3 meetings, and then they can prolong to give you 3 more and 3 more. And now I had it for 2 months basically, and it really helped me because I felt so somehow stressed that if I don't do the class I will lose my job, and if I do the class then I might lose my sanity or relationship. And yeah, it was a bit much. But now I just basically the therapist helped me get through the most difficult part, and she encouraged me to look for solutions, which I did. So I suggested to my language school that I don't go to the class and I learn online. So this saved me hour of traveling there and then hour of coming back. Basically when I finish at 8:45, I am at home and I can just go for a walk and go to bed instead of traveling home, and so it really helped me. My therapist also helped me when I was a bit stressed about buying tickets to South Africa. So last week I went to Prague and I met my friend from Ukraine who lives there, and I also met my South African friend who went there for... Sorry, my boyfriend called me. So I also met my South African friend who went there because her boyfriend works there remotely, but he was invited to work there from the office. And I bought the tickets. I was going to meet them, but I was stressed because I promised, or my South African friend is getting married in November. And she asked me, she invited me. I said I would come. And then I checked the tickets. And I was obviously waiting for my first salary to buy them, and they went up in price by 200 euro, which meant that I couldn't buy them. So I was really waiting for the price to drop again, because obviously if I saw that they could cost 700 euro, I didn't want to pay 9 or 1,000 for the ticket that a month ago costed 300 less, right? So I was waiting, and finally on Friday I had this meeting and I told her, my therapist, about this, and she was like, why is it so important to you? Why do you really want to go? Do you think your friend will not understand if you can't go because of your finances? And in the end she helped me realize why it was important for me, why I really wanted to do it. And then on Sunday I got an email from Google that the price dropped and I could buy the tickets. And I could buy the tickets. So in the end I bought the tickets for 731. Yay! So I went to Prague. She already knew that I have the tickets, so it was fine. But I was stressed of going to Prague knowing that she will talk about the wedding and I will have to pretend I'm excited, but actually I wouldn't have had the tickets, and I can't pretend, basically. I can't lie. So it was very hard for me, and she just helped me through it. I think therapy is a great thing, even for small problems. You don't have to have big problems, but just something that is weighing you down can already have a big impact on your mental health. So this is another thing, therapy, that I get from my work, which I am super grateful for. Another thing is flexibility. It's such a great point. In my last work, I had to I couldn't start, I think, before 8:30 because we had to be available when the clients are available. But that meant if you start at 8:30, you have to finish around 5. And you have no life. Really, you have no life. Then they were really controlling what time you start, what time you finish. If you started a bit early, then they would send emails. Hey, remember, you're responsible for your country. We can see that, they were calling us entrepreneurs. You are the entrepreneur of your country, and you should take care of your clients, and you should be online when they are online. Which I totally didn't understand, because it was a sales job. I had 200 emails to answer every day. Why couldn't I start at 7 and just answer the emails or start with them? I feel like when you have a job that suits you as a person, so let's say I am an early bird and I wake up at 6:30, and this is when I have the most energy. So I go for a walk, I have my coffee, and then I can start work at 7. But imagine if you have to wait until 8:30, you wake up at 6:30, that's 2 hours later, you're already tired, no? So it was really not meant for me, working like that with the really fixed hours. So now I just start at 7 or 7:30, or if I sleep badly, let's say my boyfriend is now in Zurich, he went for a business trip, and his boarding was at like 6:30 in the morning, so he had to wake up at 4, but he couldn't sleep, so he was waking up, so I was waking up, right? Then when he finally woke up at 4, I was awake for an hour or so. And today I didn't have to start at 7. I started at 7:45 because I didn't sleep well and I was tired. So perfect. I think when the work gives you flexibility, that you can manage your work and just get it done, work the 8 hours, but doesn't matter when the 8 hours are done. Doesn't matter if you start at 6 or at 7, or I think we can start the latest at 9:30, which is also good because some people are not early birds at all, and then they can sleep and then they can work a bit early, longer, whatever. And what I like to do as well is I like to start super early and then take a break at like 11:30, 12. Okay, 1 second. Okay, and then I take a break at like 11:30, 12. This is what I did today actually. And I went for a run. Today actually I didn't go for a long run because my heart rate was going crazy. But normally I go for half an hour and then I shower, and yeah, I can be back at work within an hour. Today I was back actually within half an hour. Come Buka, let's go this way. I was back at work within half an hour because my run was like 15 minutes. Then I just got home, took the dog out, took a short shower, and I was done. But how nice that you can just take 1 hour or 1.5 hours and do sports, or do whatever you want to do. I want to do sports because with my current schedule, I work until, so if I start at 7, I have to finish at 3:30, and then I have 2.5 hours before German class. So 2.5 hours is not really enough to go to the gym. So I like to take that break at lunchtime and then finish a bit later. And then I have 1 hour for walking the dog. This is my 1 hour now. I actually have a class in 15 minutes, but we are close home now. So I really, really appreciate the ability to be flexible, because with my crazy schedule, it's really helping me survive and get through it. I'm trying to think if there are any other benefits. There are some benefits that I don't really use, like something about the bicycles, that we could lease some bicycles. What else? There is some website with like discount codes. Actually, this one I bought a NutriBullet. You know, it's like a mixer. I had it in China. I sold it before I left because I didn't want to pay for having it sent back. And then my boyfriend has the biggest blender. Oh, it's a blender, sorry. The biggest blender in the world, and it's just pain in the ass. And on Sunday or Saturday, he was blending something and he hurt my ears. And I was on the phone, so I wasn't paying attention. I look at him and he was standing like this. So he covered his ear with his shoulder, the other ear with the finger, but I hurt my ears. And I said, I'm not gonna live like this. The blender will not hurt my ears. So I just bought a NutriBullet. And then I went to the Benefit website today and I saw that NutriBullet can be €10 cheaper, and if you sign up for a NutriBullet newsletter, it can also be 10% of that, so it's like €16 cheaper. So my boyfriend told me to return the NutriBullet that I bought and to buy the one from the company website, but I don't know, it seems like a hassle. It's only like €16, right? But on the other hand, I used to work in a coffee shop and I was only getting €13 per hour, so it's an hour of your work. So thinking about it like this, I think I'm gonna return the NutriBullet and I'm gonna buy it on the company website. Yeah, I don't know if there are any other benefits, but I think that's already a lot. I really like the job. I really love my colleagues. We have a lot of international people at the office. One of my colleagues from India, he lives one stop away from me, so we sometimes take the subway together. He always asks me if I'm in the office or when I'm going, and then I'm booking at the same time as him. There is one Polish girl who does the same. We always like text each other when we'll be in the office, and super nice. Last Sunday, yesterday, one colleague from France with his wife, who also works at the company but in another department, and their kids, they came to our home on their way from holidays, and I prepared lots of stuff and we had a little picnic. We went to the Heide for a picnic. I made like blueberry. I actually didn't know what to prepare because they were coming with kids. So I prepared like lots of stuff, but without sugar. I prepared blueberry pancakes with some yogurt and sugar-free jam. And I made some chia puddings with chia and oat milk and oats and goji berries. And we had some grapes and a salad. So, and then we went for a nice walk around the Heide. The Heide was kind of dead, to be honest, which was a shame because they basically came to visit me to see the Heide. But on the other hand, I told them like, if it was still purple, there would be lots of bees, which is probably not very good for the kids. So, anyway, it was super nice. I really loved the visit and I love my colleagues. I actually really like my team leader. Hope she doesn't watch it because she now has my Instagram. Well, if you watch it, well, I really like you. And yeah, I just really enjoy. I never thought it would be possible to get a job like this in Germany, and if you think that it's not possible to get a good job in Germany, you're wrong. And I was wrong. It is possible. I was not really looking for a job for some periods of times when I was like, first I was super traumatized from my old job, then I was busy with like my lessons and I worked in a cafe and I was making videos for YouTube and for Instagram, and then I was kind of looking for a job, and it was like an on and off thing because I just thought I can't find what I wanted, and I didn't get what I wanted, but I got exactly what makes me happy and what I needed. So it's a win-win. Yeah, I'm sorry that I was so out of breath. These hills. I thought like after maybe living here for a year, going for walks with my dog every day, I would get better at like more fit and my breathing would be better too, but no, it doesn't work. Now I'm gonna go uphill again, so I'm gonna finish this video here and maybe call my boyfriend before my class. So happy Monday, everyone. Bye.